Hello and welcome to another engaging English lesson on our channel. I'm so excited to have you here today because we're going to learn through a very special story about Sara, a marine biologist living and working in beautiful Lisbon, Portugal. In this lesson, we'll be practicing your English listening and speaking skills while following Sara's daily routine studying dolphins along the Portuguese coast. You'll learn natural vocabulary that native speakers actually use every day, words about ocean life, daily routines, and describing your work. Here's how our lesson will work. First, you'll listen carefully to Sara's story. Then we'll pause to explain some key words and phrases to build your vocabulary. After that, you'll get to practice speaking by repeating after me. Finally, we'll listen to the story one more time so you can hear how much you've improved. This method helps you learn in 3 ways: by hearing natural English, learning useful words in context, and practicing your pronunciation. I recommend keeping a notebook nearby to write down any words you want to remember. Don't worry if you don't understand everything the first time. That's completely normal. Just listen carefully and try to catch the main ideas. Are you ready to begin this learning adventure? Let's start by meeting Sara and hearing about her fascinating work with dolphins in Portugal.
The salty Atlantic breeze drifting through my window serves as my natural alarm clock. I'm Sara, a marine biologist stationed at the Oceanographic Institute of Lisbon. As I rub the sleep from my eyes, the first golden rays of sunlight dance across my modest apartment walls, illuminating the framed photos of dolphin pods that decorate my space. My morning ritual begins with stretching my arms overhead while mentally preparing for today's expedition. We're tracking a pod of bottlenose dolphins that were last spotted near the Arabida Natural Park. After splashing cold water on my face, I prepare my usual breakfast: a thick slice of broa de milho, Portuguese cornbread, slathered with honey from local bees, paired with a strong espresso. The rich aroma fills my tiny kitchen as I review today's title charts on my tablet. My colleague Miguel texts. He's already at the marina preparing our research vessel, the Mar Explorer. I quickly pack my gear: waterproof notepad, hydrophone, and, of course, my lucky dolphin-shaped pendant that my niece gave me. The cobblestone streets of Lisbon come alive as I walk to the metro. Shopkeepers are opening their colorful stores, and the scent of freshly baked pastel de nata wafts from a nearby bakery. On the train, I overhear tourists excitedly discussing their plans to visit Belém Tower. It makes me smile, remembering how I used to give guided tours there during university. At Cais do Sodré station, I transfer to the ferry that will take me across the Tagus River to Almada, where our research center is located. As the ferry cuts through the calm morning waters, I spot a few seagulls diving for fish, nature's reminder that the ocean's rhythm never stops. My phone buzzes with an update from Miguel. Water conditions, perfect. Equipment, ready. Bring coffee. Typical Miguel, always thinking about caffeine. The morning sun reflects off the Cristo Rei monument across the river as I mentally prepare for what I hope will be a groundbreaking day in our dolphin communication research. Little do I know, today's expedition will challenge everything we thought we knew about these incredible creatures. As I step onto the creaking wooden dock of our research center, the familiar scent of salt water mixed with boat fuel greets me. Miguel waves enthusiastically from the deck of the Mar Explorer, his sun-bleached hair sticking out in all directions like an overexcited porcupine. "Sleepyhead, I've been here since 6, he calls out, tossing me a life jacket. The boat hums with activity. Our intern Anna is carefully organizing the hydrophone equipment while checking items off her clipboard with military precision. We set out into the open waters, the morning sun transforming the ocean into a glittering canvas. I take my position at the bow, binoculars in hand, scanning the horizon for any sign of dorsal fins. The radio crackles to life, with a report from a nearby fishing boat. They've spotted our dolphins about 3 nautical miles northeast of Sesimbra. My heart races as we change course, the boat bouncing over gentle waves. Suddenly, Anna shouts and points starboard. There they are! A pod of about 15 bottlenose dolphins, their sleek gray bodies arching gracefully through the water. I quickly lower the hydrophone into the depths, and almost immediately, the speakers come alive with their signature clicks and whistles. But something's different today. Their vocal patterns are more complex than anything we've recorded before. Miguel and I exchange wide-eyed glances. This could be the breakthrough we've been hoping for. As I'm documenting their behavior, one particular dolphin catches my attention. A young male we've nicknamed Nico swims curiously close to our boat, then does something extraordinary. He releases a perfectly formed bubble ring from his blowhole. The shimmering silver circle rises through the water, and Nico playfully swims through it before looking up at us almost expectantly. It's as if he's showing off for our cameras. Anna gasps, nearly dropping her clipboard into the water. The morning passes in a blur of activity, recording vocalizations, photographing dorsal fins for identification, and noting social interactions. Around noon, as we're taking a quick lunch break, sardine sandwiches of course, I notice Nico and two other dolphins lingering near our boat, while the rest of the pod has moved on. They seem to be waiting for something. Then, in perfect unison, the trio slaps their tails on the water's surface, once, twice, 3 times, creating a rhythmic splash that soaks us all. Miguel bursts out laughing as salt water drips from his eyebrows. I think we've just been invited to play, he says, grabbing the underwater camera. What happens next will change our understanding of dolphin intelligence forever. The 3 dolphins continue their aquatic performance, with what can only be described as a synchronized dance. Nico leads the others in perfect formation, spiraling through the water, while creating intricate bubble patterns that shimmer like liquid silver in the midday sun. My fingers fly across my notebook, sketching their movements with a mix of scientific precision and childlike wonder. The hydrophone picks up a complex series of clicks and whistles that sound almost like laughter. Miguel, ever the pragmatist, mutters, "They're showing off cognitive abilities we've never documented in wild dolphins before," as he adjusts the underwater camera settings. Anna, our usually composed intern, has tears in her eyes as she whispers, "This is why I became a marine biologist." The dolphins suddenly change tactics. Nico swims directly beneath our boat and releases a stream of bubbles that form a perfect ring around our hull, as if marking us as part of their pod. As the sun begins its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, we reluctantly decide to head back. But just as Miguel starts the engine, Nico does something extraordinary. He surfaces right beside me and locks eyes with me for what feels like an eternity. In that moment, I feel an undeniable connection, a silent understanding passing between species. He gives one final, almost theatrical flick of his tail before rejoining his companions in the deep. The journey back to port is filled with excited chatter as we review the footage. Even stoic Miguel can't stop grinning. "We need to analyze these vocalizations and behavioral patterns immediately," he says, uncharacteristically animated. As we dock, my phone buzzes with a message from my university professor. "Heard about your extraordinary findings today. The scientific community will go wild." Word travels fast in our small marine research world. Walking home along the moonlit Tagus River, I pause to watch the fishing boat's lights twinkle like stars on water. Today wasn't just another day at work. It was a reminder of why I chose this life. The ocean still holds countless mysteries, and thanks to Nico and his pod, we're one step closer to understanding the brilliant minds beneath the waves. Tomorrow, we'll return with more equipment, but for now, I'm content to sit with this incredible discovery, and maybe celebrate with a glass of vino verde at my favorite riverside cafe. Let's pause Sara's story to examine some important words we've heard. First word, hydrophone. A hydrophone is a special underwater microphone that scientists use to listen to ocean sounds. For example, The researchers lowered the hydrophone to record dolphin conversations. Next word, pod. A pod is the name for a group of dolphins that live and swim together. For example, we observed a pod of 15 dolphins near the coast. Now the phrase dorsal fin. The dorsal fin is the triangular fin on a dolphin's back that you see above water. For example, the dolphin's dorsal fin cuts smoothly through the waves. Next term, bubble ring. A bubble ring is a perfect circle of air bubbles that dolphins create for play. For example, the dolphin amazed us by blowing a shimmering bubble ring. Now the word vocalizations. Vocalizations are all the different sounds dolphins use to communicate. For example, the hydrophone captured unusual dolphin vocalizations.
Finally, cognitive abilities. Cognitive abilities refer to how animals think, learn, and solve problems. For example, the dolphins showed remarkable cognitive abilities during our research.
Now let's practice together. Repeat after me. The marine biologists used a hydrophone. A large pod swam near our boat. We studied dolphin vocalizations. Excellent work! These words will help you discuss marine life like a scientist. Now let's return to Sara's exciting discovery. The next morning finds me back at the research center before sunrise, fueled by strong Portuguese coffee and excitement. Our team gathers around the computer screens, reviewing yesterday's footage in slow motion. Look at this sequence, Miguel points excitedly. Nico is clearly teaching the others that bubble pattern. The evidence is undeniable. We've documented deliberate knowledge sharing among wild dolphins, something rarely observed. By mid-morning, we're back on the water, this time with additional equipment. As we approach the area where we left Nico's pod yesterday, I lower a special underwater camera while Anna monitors the hydrophone. Almost immediately, we hear familiar clicks. They remember us. The dolphins appear like old friends greeting us, and Nico immediately begins demonstrating more bubble tricks, as if he's been practicing overnight. What follows are 3 days of unprecedented observations. The dolphins seem to understand we're studying them, and remarkably appear to be actively participating in the research. On the 4th day, something extraordinary happens. Nico brings us a gift. A perfectly intact starfish placed carefully on our diving platform. It's a gesture that blurs the line between animal behavior and something deeper, more meaningful.
Now it's your turn to practice. Repeat after me. The marine biologists used a hydrophone. The dolphin pod communicated with vocalizations. Nico demonstrated amazing cognitive abilities. Great job! Now try creating your own sentence using one of our new words. You can say it out loud or write it down. For example, if I saw a dolphin, I would watch its dorsal fin. Great job today! Every lesson you complete helps you get better and more confident in English. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and never stop learning. We're so proud of your progress and excited to see you again in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a new lesson. Until then, keep learning and see you soon.